Community College Mustangs. They get set to walk out onto the pitch for a beautiful Sunday morning game against the Vermont State Randolph Knights. Mustangs, the defending national champs, taking on their conference mates from Vermont for the first time this season. I'm Rob Kennedy. 9-0-3 is the Central Maine Mustangs record. Their Knights are 3-9 overall, and the players are heading out onto the pitch. You can see the walkout. Mustangs haven't missed a beat this year. The four-time defending conference champs, outscoring their opponents 48-7. First place in the Yankee Conference, level with Southern Maine, who's played one more game. A win today will clinch the top spot for Central Maine. For the Knights, I mentioned 3-9. They steamrolled Vermont Linden 7-1 on Tuesday. Lost to Fisher College in Boston on Thursday, and they had a game with UMA yesterday that wasn't reported, so we're not sure how that one went down. But they will have one more week of play as well, as the teams will be introduced at the center of the field. And you won't be able to hear the announcements from Caleb Lamb with the wind blowing, so I will let you know when he announces who's stepping in front. If I can even hear them. It's Michael Murphy, the first year from Enosburg Falls, Vermont. Braden Wright. Caden Crawford Stemple, number 8. Paul Person. Benjamin Babimba. Reagan announces number 13. So I'll put a windscreen on here. Hopefully you'll change things a little bit. The wind just picked up the minute we went on the air, didn't it? Yeah. So the keepers gave Sokol Nicky, Adolph Mbula, Will Jacobs, Henry Gibson, and Kelvin Cacciamani all in the starting lineup today for the Knights. Mustangs will start this way. Miguel Soto, number 6, starting for the Mustangs. Yohan Terrio, number 8, the freshman from Terrebonne, Quebec. Daniel Semple, number 9. Wearing the captain's armband today, number 10, Mitch Cameron. Michael Quinn, number 11, getting the start. Massimo Di Pilato, number 13, in the starting lineup. Charlie Leclerc, number 14, the rookie defender. Matty Waters, number 16, in the starting lineup. Mitchell Masita, number 21. Getting plenty of minutes on the back line. And Matthew Greco, number 23, rounding up the starting lineup for the Mustangs. With their keeper, of course, number 1, Cody Cleveland. Being announced now. So there's your starting 11 for the Mustangs and for the Vermont State Randolph Knights. We'll pause for the anthem here in Auburn and get set to go between the Mustangs and the Knights. Next to last game here for the Mustangs in the regular season. They will play one more Thursday with York County Community College coming up. And again, a win today does clinch the top spot for the Mustangs going into the Yankee Conference Tournament. Check on a couple of numbers that I heard Caleb Lamb announce. Colby Reagan in particular. Listed on the Randolph roster is wearing number 17. Urban announces number 12, which I will check on once Caleb Lamb comes back. Just one game today, just the men's game here. Temperature 55 degrees. A little bit of a breeze here that's picked up some. The weather won't be a big factor, of course, but the breeze might be impactful depending if it picks up again. We had it kind of intermittent during the course of the morning. Mustangs wearing their home whites, and they will attack from left to right here in the first half in front of Cody Cleveland, their goalkeeper. Randolph wearing the blacks with the green numbers. They'll attack from right to left. Gabe Sokolnicki is their keeper. Randolph's got a couple more road games. They're at Word of Life on Wednesday. Their final game at home will be Albany Pharmacy on Saturday in York County. They will take on in Maine on Sunday with a quick trip down south. So the Knights heading out onto the pitch. Caleb Lamb putting on his headset. I want to check one number with you for Vermont Randolph. I think you mentioned Colby Reagan wearing number 12.
I'll have to look inside my bag to confirm that, but if that's what I said, I'd like to assume that I got that right.
He's listed as 17. I just want to make sure that was correct. There's a 17 out there, so that might be Reagan. Go with a roster as written for now. So it'll be the Knights that start off in possession. We set to go here. We are underway. Paul Person. Play that back defensively. Henry Gibson trying to turn. DiPilato and shielded him off. Here's Quinn. Quinn playing that into space. Nice little back heel from Terrio back to Quinn again. Quinn challenged as he tried to enter the area, and a foul call, an elbow against the Mustangs. Free kick to the Knights.
What do we have going on here?
Clock didn't start. Here it goes.
44-23
About 20 seconds extra of soccer today. Don't think anyone will complain too much about that. Batteries must be getting low on that remote control.
Yeah, no sign of our timekeeper today, so we'll try to make sure that I'm just going to add another duty to my duties already pre-described as being dutiful.
I mean, a few more fingers to count the duties.
I am prepared to go play left wing if necessary.
Played back to midfield. Mustangs work it near side. DiPilato with plenty of time. He's challenged by Cacciamani. Terrio. He's got Michael Murphy with him. Terrio trying to play into the area. It was hoofed away. Well defended by number 19, Adolph Mbula. Mbula played at Burlington High School, the Burlington Seahorses. I think the only team in the country named Seahorses. And it comes from a team that's, well, not anywhere near the ocean. Not sure why Burlington came up with that as their mascot, but that's what they've used for quite some time.
I like that. That's pretty unique in terms of monikers. You know, there's enough warriors and things like that in the world. Why not seahorses?
That's why I like in Maine the Lee Pandas is Terrio's offside. Only one Seahorses as far as I know.
Lee Panda is a team that we'll see in here from the basketball side of things later on this fall. Had a heck of a time trying to find their Panda logo, though. There seem to be about 4 or 5 different versions out there.
You had some quality players go through Lee Academy in basketball in years past. Both Lee and MCI both.
And just confirming for you, Colby Reagan is wearing number 17. I think I gave him both and number 12, Benjamin Babimba, the same number according to their roster.
Got it. LeClaire. Rolled over to Michael Quinn. Quinn again trying to play in that into space to Terrio, who's got 3 Knights around him, and that's Played it into touch by Michael Murphy. DiPilato. LeClaire. Mesita in the middle of that defense. Matty Waters. Cameron Waters. Playing pass. Waters. Still on the run. Going to play that out wide. Greco. Drop that off to Cameron. That's a throw for the Knights. LeClaire. DiPilato. Trying to work past Cacciamani and does. Mitch Cameron. Playing that over the top toward Terrio. It's a good ball. Terrio trying to settle that. He was marked pretty closely by Braden Wright, number 7. It's a throw in for the Mustangs.
Curious to see how this game goes along here, Rob. Obviously, Mustangs put up a decent number of goals on the road in a non-conference game against the Knights. But it did take them a little while to get into that game on the natural grass up there, a little bit shorter field as well. Here on their home turf, when they can maybe move the ball around a little bit quicker, can they get on the score sheet a little bit faster as well?
One of the strengths, as you know, by seeing this team quite a bit, is just the way they use every inch of that field. And the more acreage you have out there, the better the chances for this Mustangs team to operate. So it would likely play into their favor, I'd agree.
Of course, the one thing going against their favor is the fact that this is game number 3 in 4 days for the Mustangs, so there's going to have to be some tired legs out there.
Mustangs have won 5 straight against the Knights. Last loss was back in 2018, a 1-0 loss in the Yankee Conference Championship game that year. Played into the middle. Person. Trying to find some freedom there. Matthew Greco closed him down, and Greco now with the ball. Cameron. Waters to Greco again. Soto will switch the field. Didn't have enough oomph on the pass. It was played by Wright. Mustangs still in possession. Quinn. Looking to move that touch line, and Braden Wright stuck right with him. Quinn in toward the goal, and the keeper, Sokolnicki, down to smother it and hold on.
Assuming that he wasn't trying to hit the target from there and just sort of a mishit cross, but never a bad idea to test a goalkeeper's hands early on and see how he handles getting a first shot on target to deal with.
Mesita looking right up into the sun to head that ball. That's the one thing that Cody Cleveland will have to deal with, at least in the first half. The Knights can put some pressure on him. That's taken by Mbula. Mbula challenged. Called for the foul. Free kick to the Mustangs. Played quickly by Central Maine. Soto works that back to DiPilato. Mesita. Now it's Waters. Greco on that far side. Toward the goal. He had a man coming in, and the second chance foiled as well. Michael Quinn played that off the ball. He got 2 cracks at it, and Sokolnicki kept it out.
Did a good job to bring the first one down on his chest, but needed a second swing there to drive it on target, and at that point he was just trying to hit the middle.
Cameron with a curling low shot that's saved by Sokolnicki.
Ball had a ton of movement on it there coming off his left foot, just a little too far out to really trouble the keeper, but good sign of intent.
Look at that eyes, just bent that around 2 defenders and in on goal. That's toward Cacciamani. Gonna play that back, popped high. Braden Wright having to jump with Quinn, played that out into touch. DiPilato up to take the throw. Soto and DiPilato. Here's LeClaire. Mustangs, as we were talking about, using the entire field here as they switch it around. Waters back to Mesita. Here's LeClaire.
Looking to move the ball very quickly on the deck as well. That was something Dalton Wing wasn't overly happy about how they played against Northern Essex Community College, with just struggling against the high press, struggling to connect passes quickly.
There's a nice ball forward. Cameron there. Out comes Sokolnicki, and he played it with his foot and took it away from the keeper. That gets an appreciative clap out of Cameron. That was a very nice play.
That was a nice job there. Good through ball through to set him up, but Sokolnicki didn't commit to go down low early on, just happy to read where that touch around him was going to go and stab out a nice long leg to pick it off.
LeClaire. Soto. Kind of predicted the Mustangs would win the possession game. They usually do. And a 1-1 draw with Northern Essex last time out. A non-conference matchup.
Knights with an interesting choice here as well, Rob, going with a relatively high line, really packing in this midfield into basically a 20-yard stretch with all 20 outfield players in the middle of it. That's something that if you can get the timing right, you could catch an offense that's aggressive offside quite a bit, but you could also find yourself getting burned by through balls that put your goalkeeper one-on-one.
Already seen that happen once. Kind of a break there for Vermont St. Randolph. The throw was intercepted. It looked like the Mustangs would have a scoring chance, but the throw was called back. It was illegal and just gave the Mustangs a throw. No advantage to be played in a situation like that, or if they could have, the Mustangs would have loved to have kept playing. Greco down the touch line. Greco stepping inside a defender. Very nicely played. Bula coming over to knock that away.
It'll just be a throw in an advanced position down there for Greco to try to serve one in, but Mustangs still kind of nibbling around the edges of this defense. Hasn't been a lot of attempts to drive through it with the ball one-on-one.
It's well played by Benjamin Babimba. With a nice loose possession, and the Mustangs will reset. LeClaire. Some pressure coming here from Colby Reagan. Reagan almost able to take that away from DiPilato, who saw him at the last moment. Waters. Mustangs probing here. Taking their time. Finding a way through. Looking for one anyway. Oh, that was an aggressive move by Henry Gibson that took it away for a moment. The Mustangs get it back and maybe a chance to counter here if they hurry. Terrio, play that out wide. Waters ahead to Greco. Matthew Greco. Defended by two, but Bimba's over there, so is Mbula. LeClaire. Nice little flick on there by Michael Quinn, just no one there in white.
Played it nicely around the corner with the outside on the back heel flick. Good piece of skill.
Well. Yeah, sure was. Anticipated nicely by the Knights. They had a man there to play it, but very deft piece of skill. Cameron playing that down the touchline. Waters on the overlap, had it taken away. And as outs for a throw for the Knights, that rolled over the Mustang player.
Looked like it just clipped the left toe there of Waters. You like to see Mitch Cameron still willing to go wherever it requires of him on the midfield, whether he's making the runs forward, playing as a second option off of Dan Semple's shoulder, or in that case, switching in with Greco to take the left wing and allow the midfielder to make the diagonal run inside.
Greco, surrounded by Knights, played it back out wide. Chance for Waters to move in. Now into the area, turn, a shot by Semple, and it's 1-0. Daniel Semple with a quick turn, and the strike in the 12th minute makes it 1-0 Mustangs.
Excellent movement there. Just a good shot into the corner as well to boot. Semple continuing to rack up goals here. Had the penalty kick goal against Northern Essex in that draw the other day, and now adds another one here.
Michael, that's his 12th goal of the season.
Correct. He did not get one against NHTI, one of the few players who wasn't on the score sheet for that.
I have to have that right in front of me so I can count some goals here. But Semple with number 12 in his rookie season. And it puts the Mustangs in front. Mentioned a win today by the Mustangs, clinches first place in the Yankee Conference. As that would put them 3 points ahead of Southern Maine. Southern Maine only has one more match to play, and a tie with the tiebreaker would go to the Mustangs on the verge of their win and draw. 4 points this season against the Seawolves.
2 wins. 2 wins.
Oh,
only
sorry,
one.
yeah,
Only one of those
thank
being
you.
a conference game.
I was thinking the women's game there for a moment. That was the draw. The men won twice.
2 draws for the women's team, and that weird switch to a divisional playoff format meant that both of those games were conference encounters. But we'll take as many, impressive rivalry soccer matchups as we can get on both sides.
Yeah, it's fun to play them twice during the course of the year, and especially with the quality being high on both sides, you get for good games.
That was always going to happen, even if they weren't both conference games on the women's side this year.
No question. Greco rolling that to the onrushing DiPilato, who's challenged immediately by Caden Crawford-Stemple. Crawford-Stemple with it here. He scored a couple of goals in that 7-1 win over Linden. Now through, though, the Mustangs with an opportunity here, and that'll be a penalty. It's a desperate challenge, and it prevented the goal for now, but for how long is the question.
Trying to see who that foul was committed by lunging in there. Was that Mbula?
I think it was Mbula.
Second time he'll have been caught with a foul with Cameron making the run past him, and it does look like it'll be Semple to step up to the spot, already 2 for 2 this season.
Semple looking for goal number 13 here against Gabe Sokolnicki. Semple's penalty is off the iron. Stays 1-0, 2 for 3 now, Semple, as he kissed it off the outside of the upright, and it stays 1-0. Plenty of power, and he had frozen Sokolnicki, but just missed by a couple of feet. DiPilato, there's a strike just wide, the attempt by Cameron. Going way up high with that swinging right leg. Sokolnicki, the sophomore keeper, will take the goal kick. Lobbed high over that far side, controlled once again by the Mustangs. Waters tried to play that into the area, did get through, but cleared by Braden Wright. Gibson trying to turn. A couple of Mustangs there. LeClaire dispossessed him. Little help from Colby Reagan, too. The Mustangs back in possession. Waters playing pass with Masita. Matty Waters. Semple out wide. Greco's over there. Calling for it, Mitch Cameron. It won't get to him. And hoof forward by Babimba. Masita's header was stolen. Knights try to work it back up the pitch. Mustangs possess it one more time. Terrio trying to turn through defenders. DiPilato. Quinn has some help arriving. Goes inside as Terrio went down the touchline. Plenty of space in there. Cameron into the area. Cameron. That's blocked. And rolls out for a corner.
That'll be the first one of the day for the Mustangs.
That's Mbula, the rookie from Burlington, made that defensive play.
Not often that your team ends up with their first penalty kick of the day before they get their first corner opportunity, but Mustangs have been getting better as this season has gone on, Rob, on the set piece department.
We talked at the beginning of the season, that was an area that really needed some refinement, and they've worked on that over the course of the year.
Eddie Waters ended up dealing in what proved to be the game-winning goal against Southern Maine via a corner kick to Daniel Semple. Let's see if they can find a similar result.
Waters left-footed. Down to the near post, and cleared by the Knights. LeClaire first there. Oh, well done by Greco to keep that in play. Greco into the area, too close to Sokolnicki. It bounced away from him. Deflected back into the area now. Greco across the frame of goal, volleyed, and bounces in a couple of times on the keeper Sokolnicki, who's got no problem with that. Played that up the touchline. Masita back to Cody Cleveland, the Mustangs keeper. DiPillato's got Cacciamani bearing down on him. Soto played that back. Cameron just got beaten to that. That was Babimbo who came over and knocked it into touch. It's always a challenge to get the ball away from this Mustangs team. They've had almost all the possession here in the first 17 minutes. That's a good ball. A little too close. Good idea, rather. A little too close to the keeper, Sokolnicki, who comes out to play. Cacciamani trying to find some space up that left flank, but Charlie Leclerc a bit too fast. Almost had it stolen by Reagan. Cleveland. Reagan hustling to try to challenge the keeper. A lot of hustle out of this Knights team. Jersey tug there called. Foul goes against Mbula. Terrio. Played forward, Semple. On the run, out comes Sokolnicki, the one play he has, just to bash it away, and he did well with that.
Nice gamble there outside the box, had to get the timing right and did.
Foul called on the Mustangs. That went against Soto.
These set pieces are going to be key for Vermont. Get a chance to actually put multiple bodies forward and try to serve something in.
Excellent defending by DiPillato, just used his body to shield off Cacciamani. Allows that to roll over the goal line for a kick. Masita. Waters. Greco popped that over the top, trying to connect with Semple. Played forward by Mbula. Through ball toward Quinn. Quinn's on there first for a shot. And that was palmed high and kept off the line. Great defending by Mbula after that was well saved by Sokolnicki.
Good attempt there, but just right down the middle at the keeper, even if it was rising. Have to put that either side.
Terrio! Bending shot and a fine save from Sokolnicki results in a corner. Sokolnicki's going to be busy today, but he certainly looks up for it.
That was a fantastic save at full stretch there, throwing that long body out with the left hand to tip it around the post.
A tough one, too, as that ball took a wicked bend.
Terrio, who was a bit of a shot wizard when it comes to making movement on the ball, normally from set pieces, but you give him that much time in the middle, it pretty much is a set piece.
Greco back to Waters again, in toward the goal, bending and grabbed. Stayed up there a little too long to allow Sokolnicki to get there, and it been a little closer to the keeper than Matty Waters would have liked.
And that's where the wind hurts you a little bit here. So much on it that anything that gets up above crossbar height, you have to assume is going to sail.
Braden Wright on the throw. Played back to Wright. Booted forward, just trying to get rid of it because he had Quinn and Cameron both there in the vicinity. Greco stepping up to steal that, Will Jacobs. Greco had that stolen by Babimba. Benjamin Babimba. Ricocheted that off Waters.
Jenkins has looked calm in the middle there for Vermont State, Randolph. Just happy to kind of quickly transition it one way or the other. You need that calming influence on the ball. The problem has been the Knights just really haven't been able to connect more than one, maybe two passes together sometimes.
Throwing for the Mustangs. Quinn. That bounces into touch for a throw.
And the ball boy already off, trying to chase down another one from a few moments before.
I was wondering where they went. A little confusion as who'll take the throw. DiPillato. A foul called against the Knights. A free kick for the home side. Cameron's going to take this.
A lot of bodies to aim at that far post.
Yeah, 5 now 6. As Quinn's heading over in that vicinity too. Ball drifting. Headed back into the area and pounded high.
A little bit over hit there, trying to pick out the head of Matty Waters, but still retaining possession.
Waters into the area. Quinn over from his right flank on the left side. He'll come back over here as the ball back down the pitch.
Phenomenal clearance on the volley on that as well to
was.
get that upfield by Mbula.
Gibson tried to play that through. He had Cacciamani on the run. LeClaire to Terrio. Waters starting on the left side. Waters crossing midfield. Sliding challenge by Jenkins, but Mustangs are through it. Here's a shot. Just wide from Mitch Cameron.
Broke free into the area. Good attempt there with the left foot, just trying to place it into the side netting across the face of goal and just spinning away from the post a little too much there.
Sokolnicki ready for the goal kick. LeClaire played that into the middle. Through ball coming, but cut out by Masidou, came back as they tried to work Gibson through. Wright's throw in. He'll get to do it again. That's off LeClaire. Greco.
Greco is now switched to this side from Michael Quinn, who started on the right.
Looked like it was last touched by the Mustangs, so it is a Randolph throw. Gibson. Gibson kept that in play. Into the area. Cleveland will pick it up. Mustangs trying to work quickly. Matty Waters again with it. Waters blazing up the field. Semple. Outside, there's Quinn. Quinn stayed over that side. Greco's come over to the right. Cleared high. Ball drifting a bit. Made it hard for Masidou to play that in the air. He did recover.
Masidou has used his height very well, and in that regard, he's been kind of a nice like-for-like change in the lineup for the injured captain, Alfie Bashford, but still trying to get a little more comfortable in the air, winning those and being able to cushion them down to teammates and stuff. That's something that will come with more experience.
Not an easy day to do that either with that swirling wind the higher the ball gets.
Not at all.
Sokolnicki with a left-footed boot, a good one too. Masidou, case in point, using the height there. That was perfect.
Did a great job there covering for LeClaire, as that was potentially dangerous the more it bounced through the back line.
Greco. Played that through toward Terrio, who catches up. Terrio with company there from Mbula. Cacciamani trying to work through a pair of defenders. That was a very nice play that was made by Cacciamani, or excuse me,
that's Gibson right there,
yeah,
with
21.
Fantastic touch.
That was great.
He's usually the man you want to be aware of on the field for this Vermont side.
A couple of goals at Linden. That was on Tuesday in that 7-1 win. Mustangs trying to work it into the area once again. Soto now. Jenkins just made that block a second ago. Cameron steps around him. Semple, left-footed. Oh, wide again, far post. Not by much. Just slid wide. He played 25 minutes here, number 26.
If I am the Mustangs, I am now solely aiming at that left side post, because that right one has not had the answer for you today. The penalty kick glancing off that post, and now 3 attempts that have been just a whisker wide. I'm going to start hammering that left side, see if it's kinder to me.
Trying to flip near post. That was played forward by Cacciamani. LeClaire alertly. that back to Cody Cleveland. Cleveland playing that over here. I think it'll get over us. He did. Already had one situation with the tent taken away by the wind today. A couple subs coming in now. Anel Barahona. Angel will come in, and Ben Brown. Once Michael Murphy gets permission, the whistle, he's got it now. He'll take the throw. Caden Crawford Stemple. Intercepted by Masita again. Greco. Here come the Mustangs on the run. Nice play. Popped that up high by Mbula as he was facing the ball. Back to the play.
They had two very talented players on either side looking to take advantage of any kind of miscue in Semple and Cameron. Excellent play.
Wynn picking up a little more now. Soto. Terrio. Waters into the area. Semple the header, and again went far post. Missed, but it wouldn't have mattered. The flag's up for the offside.
Glancing header there, but should have done better with it from that area to be able to hit the target. He'll at least be spared his blushes by having the flag up. Got to be able just to power that one low, and at that distance you're giving the keeper no chance to react to the change in direction.
Soto heads that out. Another throw in for the Knights. And Brown.
Yep.
The throw was illegal, so Mustangs will get it.
Have to keep those feet planted as the ball's being released there. Only take the step forward afterwards.
Greco held that in. Greco tried to slide that in. It bounced around and cleared. Barahona touched that over to Gibson. Barahona again. Throw in for Randolph.
He's doing a great job right now of just absorbing pressure. They haven't been able to connect anything really far forward, but the fact that the Mustangs have only put the one in the back of the net is going to be a testament to how well this defense has played in the first half, with coming up on quarter of an hour remaining before the break.
Gibson, nice turn on Greco. Greco with it here. Intercepted by Barahona. Greco looking for space on the far side, has some with Matty Waters. Semple, Quinn calling for it. Quinn on the hop, play it over on that left side. Quinn reversing. Terrio. Terrio moving closer. Terrio into the area, marked. Bimba played that well defensively. Semple heads that, trying to go to the left post that time, but played it high and wide. Couple subs coming in now for the Mustangs. Jacob Donald, Stefan Samba, and Albie Fozzard Oaks all entering the contest. DiPilato will come off. Ewan Terrio will get a rest. And Michael Quinn will also check out.
Albie Oaks getting back in. Haven't seen him on home field since the opening 2.5 minutes there of the game against SMCC before he went off injured. Guy who we know can certainly create plenty of opportunities. Team leader in assists this season.
And in conference play, the leader in the conference with 12. Maybe a chance now for Colby Reagan. Well, LeClaire came back on him, but Charlie fell down. Stopped Reagan. There's Samba's first touch. Soto. Samba. Samba played forward to Cameron. Has a man with him, too. Going to play that through. So-called Nicky coming out and getting there before Semple can. That'll roll out into touch. A throw-in for the Mustangs.
You can just see the difference that Stefan Samba brings to this midfield when he's on there. Talk about just how smooth he is with everything, and never really seems like he hits top gear in terms of his movement on the ball, but boy, is he a master at just picking out the right place to go with it to unlock the offense.
Samba's on the run now. Play that down the far side. In toward Cameron, who's got it here. Cameron, and a save by Sokolnicki. He has been very good, the sophomore keeper.
Got that one perfect there to come out and smother the angle, and no choice but to hit the limb of him.
Foshard Oaks played that towards Semple. The bicycle kick is wide. Cameron would have been itching to score a bicycle goal.
Some come very close to doing it against UMaine Augusta earlier this season from almost the same position on the field in tight there.
He tried it against Southern Maine, too.
Yep.
Didn't miss by much against the Seawolves either.
Basically, anytime there's a chance for a player to be upside down, Mitch Cameron's going to take it.
He's scored a goal like that I've seen anyway. Not at home, maybe away. I'd love to see him get one.
Going to have to pull off a celebration to go along with that. He might have to see if Samba can teach him to do the backflip.
Right. A proxy celebration, because it would deserve a backflip. Cameron cutting in front of Michael Murphy. Cameron. Murphy played that well. Cameron's got it again, however. Cameron, 4 Knights there, and he can't win that battle. Just 2 outnumbered. Donnell tried to stop that. It's a throw-in for the Knights from Vermont St. Randolph.
Gibson, who's had to retreat a little bit deeper here to get on the ball on that left side. Now coming across to tank that throw in there to make sure there wasn't going to be an illegal one. And I think there was some confusion about which way that was going to go.
Gibson will take it again. We'll defer this time to Murphy. Crawford Stemple. Playing that over to Jenkins on the far side. Foshard Oaks popped that high in the air. That allows Waters to get there. Matty Waters towards Semple. And a save again by Sokolnicki. You can blame someone for putting it too close to the keeper, but Sokolnicki still had to be very alert as that came on him quickly.
That's a fantastic stop from that range. You still have to get a body behind it and not that one deflect off you. Excellent stop there by the goalkeeper, who continues to keep his team in this.
He has been extremely good.
He might have been guilty of a few that he should not have allowed in on the home field for this Knights team when they hosted Central Maine last month, but he has more than made amends with some of the saves he's pulled off today.
Played forward now. Samba taken down. It'll be a card. And the yellow card shown. Benjamin Babimba on that tackle?
That's what it sounded like.
Yeah, it looked like it. Catching number 12, it was. So a free kick in a good position for the Mustangs to try to get their second here in the 34th minute.
Now the choice of who's going to step into this one here. No Johan Terrio, who would be the first choice 10 times out of 10 for this Mustang squad, but you got Semple and Foshard Oaks around there, plus the left foot of Matty Waters if you want to try the power.
Looks like Semple wants to take this one. And Foshard Oaks backing off, so Semple will have the opportunity. He's got 5 Mustangs inside the area, and Donnell's not far from there either. Semple shoots, and just missed wide. Drew Hatala in the game. Sam Boynton coming in too for Central Maine. Soto comes off. And Semple will get a break after scoring the only goal of the contest so far.
Tala coming in for Soto in the middle. We've been used to seeing him more out wide as a winger in his usage this season, but he is more of a central attacking midfielder at heart for his squad at Oak Hill. But will he maybe add just another element of passing forward? You can clearly see that Dalton Wing is trying to put 2 or 3 more in the back of the net before we hit halftime here.
10.5 minutes to do that. Masita. Waters. Give and go down that far touchline. Back toward Cameron again. Rolled in. Good battle going on inside the area. There's a shot blocked as Atala opened fire.
Good service in the direction of Sam Boynton there. He was trying to catch up with it. Greco, good first touch to stop it, but the defender planted right in front of him, gave him no choice but to try to drop that one back for Atala.
Oh, great move by Gibson. Played even more effectively by Charlie Leclerc. Looked like the Knights had something going there.
Great job by Sam Boynton checking back there to just nick that one away.
Look at Waters on the run. Cameron still. Too many Mustangs got a little too tight in that incident. Played back. They'll reset Leclerc. Charlie Leclerc. Atala comes to take. Samba. Atala worked that out near side. Donnell. Waters. Fozzard Oaks. That'll be Fozzard Oaks. Edge of the area. Oh, nice touch ahead. Waters the strike. Maybe deflected, and it was. Oh, what a pretty touch from Mitch Cameron to set up Matty Waters as a corner for the Mustangs.
Silky smooth passing, just couldn't get it to pay off on the other end with a goal as the Knights continue to keep the drawbridge raised on their side of things here.
That'll be Fozzard Oaks setting up right-footed.
See how many more castle metaphors I can come up with as this game goes along.
Got the moat and the drawbridge. Guard tower. Cameron didn't get what he wanted on that. It's a goal kick.
Put it just wide of the battle mounts.
There you go. So that's 3. I'll keep counting. We have 52 more minutes. Sokolnicki, who's had an excellent first half, set for the goal kick. Close to Barahona, popped high by Donnell. Reagan. Couldn't settle the bouncer. Gibson. Gibson and Donnell with a physical battle won by the Mustangs rookie. Well played by Ben Brown. It's a throw-in for the Mustangs.
Greco should be leaving this one for Donald to step forward and take, but he's just going to put it in quickly.
Yeah, he'll turn it over to the Knights.
A couple more substitutions going to check in here first.
And we'll get Calvin Katsiamani back in the game. Blake Baker will enter as well for Vermont State Randolph. Gibson wearing the captain's armband will take the throw once he's got the referee's allowance.
Looks like Babimba coming off with his yellow card, not wanting to run the risk in the last 6 minutes and change.
Will Jenkins also coming off with him. That's a good ball. That's going to force Cleveland to come out and make the play as Colby Reagan played that across.
Good ball over the top there. That was at least a chance to get someone running at the ball one-on-one.
That was Katsiamani, who just came back in.
Actually, it is worth remembering, as much as Mustangs dominated the game on the road in Vermont, the Knights did get one back late on with a similar ball played over the top that got them through one-on-one.
Cameron out to Greco. Samba back to Cameron again. Cameron. He was there with Boynton. And that is a corner.
Love that spin with the outside of the foot there. So tough to read because someone could easily just bring it to a stop and cut back with it. You can leave defenders standing still. Sort of the next evolution of the Cruyff turn.
Left-footed corner, Matty Waters stepping up. In the 40th minute here, the wind's picked up again, just in time for the corner. That's headed to safety. Back to Waters, however. Waters into the area. Atala couldn't find his way through. And cut out by Gibson. Barahona. Banked that off Donald's leg. Samba. Masita. Fozzard Oaks. Wanted Sam Boynton, won't get there. Cleared by the Knights. Samba plays that back to his keeper. Cody Cleveland can reset.
Ball seemed to be riding the wind almost just as fast as he was jogging backwards after it.
Looked like a kite up there for a bit, the way it just kept drifting back. Cameron played that back. Masita had to be cool under pressure. Donnell trying to play the diagonal. Cameron, he's got Boynton with him. Won't get there as that's hoofed away by Mbula.
Brought it down well on the chest, but like you said, that ball getting hung up there like a kite in a stiff breeze just took too long to drop to him, and two defenders able to converge on him before he could really set his sights on goal.
Fozzard Oaks stepping around a defender. Played that back for a shot, blocked. Excellent play by the fullback. That was Michael Murphy who made that stop.
That one looked like it was destined for the corner before the foot stepped out.
Will Jenkins will come back in a moment once he's got the ability to do so.
You good, Angel? Relax. Relax, Angel. Relax. Relax.
Donald.
Nobody's with you. Drop in. Drop in, Angel.
Atala.
Nobody's with you. Don't step, Ben. Don't step, Ben. Relax. Good. Good. Relax. 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 Good. Good.
The voice you hear is Will Jenkins about to check in. He's doing a good job directing traffic from the sideline.
Good. Henry, win it now. Now we
Henry
go.
Gibson.
Now we go.
That's back to Reagan. Reagan turning. Play that back toward Gibson. Masita's there to head it. Fozzard Oaks. Sam Boynton. Boynton's got two going to goal. Greco on the far side. And a shot. Floats well wide.
Looked like that one just came off the outside of the right foot of Fozzard Oaks as he went to pull the trigger.
Jenkins back in. And Jenkins will take Barahona's spot. Mont St. Randolph with the throw. Deflected back towards Samba again. Stefan Samba. Cameron. Split defenders, no one there as that's headed for our camera tower. Just wide, grabbed by Donald. Jacob Donald. It's Cameron. Donald wasn't expecting the pass. Now he's trailing Colby Reagan. Reagan played that through. Gibson gets there, shoots, and just missed. Oh, so close to tying the game.
Well, they've been playing that whole first half looking for just that opportunity to come to them, and they couldn't have set the ball up for a player they would have wanted in that spot and more. Just flashed it wide past Cleveland.
One real good chance that Randolph has had. They almost capitalized and leveled this game. Just wasn't to be, not by much.
Cleveland did do a good job of coming out to challenge him and was at full stretch had it been on target, but now maybe a counter the other way.
Matty Greco, he's got Boynton going to goal. Greco in, pulls it back, and it's Cameron who finishes. The counter worked to perfection, and the Mustangs up 2 goals.
Well, how about that there? You talk about disappointment, heartbreaking even for the Knights. So close to tying it up on the other end. And then that one just a counter to perfection on the other end of things. And you go from potentially 1-1, you're feeling on top of the world going into halftime, now 2-0 down.
You couldn't work that counterattack any better than the Mustangs did.
No.
Played ahead to Greco, had 2 men going to goal, and both Boynton and Cameron, and eventually the leading scorer in the conference, picks up another. Not counting his goals at an HTI, he has 20. I'll count the ones he has here. Well, here he comes again. Cameron scores again.
Wow. Well, how many times have we seen goals come in bunches for this Mustangs team? But You're not going to feel more hard done by for any opponent that we've seen on this home field against the Mustangs this season than this Vermont team that played excellently defensively all half long, only to have it all come undone in the last 90 seconds of the half.
Checking the score sheet here from the NHTI game that you sent me. And Cameron got 1, 2, 3.
He did have a hat trick in that game.
So that's 23 goals now in the season. Not too shabby for the sophomore from Northwich, England. Goal kick now for the Knights. Under a minute to go here in the first half. Now they had played so close for so long, and in fact, we just saw the chance to tie that came just a couple of feet away on the shot by Henry Gibson that just went wide of the post. And then in less than a minute, 2 goals have tripled the advantage. Mula. Turned over, though. Cameron tried to play that in toward Drew Hatala. That rolls back in on Sokolnicki with 20 seconds to go. He just wants to get rid of it and does. Samba. Fawcett Oaks over on that left touchline. 6 seconds to work. Waters. Play it in, the back heel. That's going to do it on the first half. So Daniel Semple scoring in the 12th minute opened things up for the Mustangs. And then a pair of goals in about 45 seconds apart. Mitch Cameron scoring twice. The Mustangs with a 3-0 lead here at halftime over the Knights from Vermont State Randolph on Munzing Media.
Central Maine Community College, your future is our priority.
I'm going to be a preschool teacher.
An HVAC technician.
Pediatric nurse.
Whether your college journey is starting here,
I'm going to be an architect.
Physical therapist.
I'm going to be a lawyer.
Or we're a stop along the way.
I'm going to be a doctor.
A machinist.
Honestly, not 100% sure yet.
With over 40 programs,
I'm going to be a graphic designer.
An athletic trainer.
There is something for everyone.
CMCC.
Your future starts here.
CMCC provides our program exactly what they say, a chance for small colleges to compete. It's leveling the playing field for everybody.
At Central Maine Community College, we are building things that last. We're investing in technology, new facilities, and offering more degree programs than ever before. You can get the traditional college experience at a fraction of the cost, and for some, it's even free.
Wait, did she just say free?
That's right, free tuition for Maine high school grads from 2022 to 2025. Set your goals and find your path at CMCC. Let's build a future together.
Are you stuck with an annuity that's not meeting your needs? Maybe the returns are lower than you expected, or the terms no longer fit your financial goals. Upgrading your annuity could be the solution you've been looking for. With better rates, more flexible options, and the potential to increase your income, upgrading can help you make the most of your investment. We are here to guide you through the process, making it easy and ensuring your financial future is based on your specific goals. Call us to explore your options today.
For years, you've worked hard, saved wisely, and dreamed of this moment. Retirement is one of life's biggest decisions. you don't have to navigate it alone. With Gosline Retirement Planning by your side, you can retire with confidence. We're a team of fiduciaries who specialize in the transition from work life to retirement life, and we're here to help. We at GRP are committed to building a plan that lets you live and give better than you thought possible.
Our goal in public service is to improve the quality of life in communities. This is the Public Service and Social Sciences Department. We originally started with criminal justice, and then we added more programming.
I'm in the forensic science program.
I want to become a state fire investigator.
State trooper.
I want to be a game warden.
Forensic psychologist. Behavioral health professional.
CM offers a lot more hands-on learning than most places.
The only way to give them that experience is to do that through immersive scenario training.
You actually dust the fingerprints.
Learning how to go through, take pictures, what to look for.
We are the only college in the state of Maine that offers a third-year advanced certificate in police operations.
It is a great way of excelling your career and jump-starting you onto that path.
The Public Service Simulation Center allows us to fully implement an immersive training environment.
Can I see your other pen?
You just don't want to get boxed in.
We teach de-escalation and empathetic communication to better address community needs.
The instructors are awesome.
They really care about our education.
We have people that teach who have been members or are actively members of these industries. This is a one-of-a-kind program.
It's preparing me to have a step up in my professional career. Here at the school, they're really invested in our education.
It's a nice environment.
The Hutchinson Family Sports Foundation is proud to support Munson Media's production of live streaming high school sports. We recognize the hard work and dedication of Maine's high school student athletes, and we applaud Munson Media's pioneering live streaming efforts. The Hutchinson Family Sports Foundation.
Since 1892. And it changes the game, 35-26. This has been a wacko affair.
The USCAA provides our program exactly what they say, a chance for small colleges to compete. It's leveling the playing field for everybody.
It provides a great opportunity. Just the fellowship amongst athletes, get a chance to play against some different teams that typically don't get a chance to play against from different regions, different parts of the country. It kind of gives you an opportunity to kind of see where you're really at against everybody. Really good. Like I said, just a great environment, well-ran tournament. It's a pleasure to be part of organizations like USCA.
Central Maine Community College, your future is our priority.
I'm going to be a preschool teacher.
An HVAC technician.
Pediatric nurse.
Whether your college journey is starting here,
I'm going to be an architect.
Physical therapist.
I'm gonna be a lawyer.
or we're a stop along the way.
I'm gonna be a doctor.
A machinist.
Honestly, not 100% sure yet.
With over 40 programs,
I'm gonna be a graphic designer.
An athletic trainer.
there is something for everyone.
CMCC.
Your future starts here.
The USCAA provides our program exactly what they say, a chance for small colleges to compete. It's leveling the playing field for everybody.
At Central Maine Community College, we are building things that last. We're investing in technology, new facilities, and offering more degree programs than ever before. You can get the traditional college experience at a fraction of the cost, and for some, it's even free.
Wait, did she just say free?
That's right, free tuition for Maine high school grads from 2022 to 2025. Set your goals and find your path at CMCC. Let's build a future together.
Jeff Harder here, partner of CBU Advantage. Listen, Medicare can be overwhelming, but it doesn't have to be. Whether you're new to Medicare or exploring your options during open enrollment, our team at CBU Advantage is here to help make it simple. We'll help you compare plans, understand your benefits, and find the coverage that fits your needs and your budget. Don't let the confusion or stress hold you back. We're going to simplify the entire process for you.
The USCAA provides our program exactly what they say, a chance for small colleges to compete. It's leveling the playing field for everybody. It provides a great opportunity, just the fellowship amongst athletes, get a chance to play against some different teams that typically don't get a chance to play against from different regions, different parts of the country. This kind of gives you an opportunity to kind of see where you're really at against everybody. Really good, like I said, just a great environment, well-ran tournament. It's a pleasure to be part of organizations like USCA.
Our goal in public service is to improve the quality of life in communities. This is the Public Service and Social Sciences Department. We originally started with criminal justice, and then we added more programming.
I'm in the forensic science program.
I want to become a state fire investigator.
State trooper.
I want to be a game warden. Forensic psychologist. Behavioral health professional.
CM offers a lot more hands-on learning than most places.
The only way to give them that experience is to do that through immersive scenario training.
You actually dust for fingerprints.
Learning how to go through, take pictures, what to look for.
We are the only college in the state of Maine that offers a third-year advanced certificate in police operations.
It is a great way of excelling your career and jump-starting you onto that path.
Public Service Simulation Center allows us to fully implement an immersive training environment.
Can I see your other pen?
You just don't want to get boxed in.
We teach de-escalation and empathetic communication to better address community needs.
The instructors are awesome.
They really care about our education.
We have people that teach who have been members or are actively members of these industries. This is a one-of-a-kind program.
It's prepared me to have a step up in my professional career
here at the school. They're really invested in our education.
It's a nice environment.
Do you know that your current annuity might not be the best fit anymore? In today's markets, there are new options that could offer greater flexibility, higher growth potential, and even enhanced benefits that can be specifically tailored to your needs. Upgrading your annuity doesn't just mean better rates. It's an opportunity to explore these new innovative options designed to help you get more out of your investment. Don't settle for outdated terms. Contact us today to learn how upgrading your annuity can open the door to better opportunities in your retirement.
For years, you've worked hard, saved wisely, and dreamed of this moment. Retirement is one of life's biggest decisions. You don't have to navigate it alone. With Gosline Retirement Planning by your side, you can retire with confidence. We're a team of fiduciaries who specialize in the transition from work life to retirement life, and we're here to help. We at GRP are committed to building a plan that lets you live and give better than you thought possible.
The environment is just awesome.
Great campus, small, close-knit community.
Everyone's really welcoming.
Everything feels very personal.
You feel like you belong here.
At Central Maine Community College, your future is our priority.
I'm going to be a preschool teacher.
An HVAC technician.
Pediatric nurse.
Whether your college journey is starting here,
I'm going to be an architect.
Physical therapist.
I'm gonna be a lawyer.
or we're a stop along the way.
I'm gonna be a doctor.
A machinist.
Honestly, not 100% sure yet.
With over 40 programs,
I'm gonna be a graphic designer.
An athletic trainer.
there is something for everyone.
CMCC.
Your future starts here.
The USCAA provides our program exactly what they say, a chance for small colleges to compete. It's leveling the playing field for everybody.
Central Maine Community College Mustangs here on a breezy fall day. Gorgeous for soccer. The wind's been a little bit of a factor when the ball gets up in the air, but that's the only thing you can really kind of blame the weather for today. It has been superb for mid-October, and I would say now we call it mid-October and not early October. We're more than 10 days in. The temperature at the start of the game, 55 degrees up to 59, and yeah, just very comfortable out here for a morning now afternoon soccer matchup. 3 goals in the first half. The first one came with the 12th minute. Daniel Semple scoring. And then 2 goals late in the first half. Mitch Cameron scoring both of those 2 goals right after a counterattack and sent Henry Gibson in. And his shot for Vermont State Randolph did not miss by much. Almost tied the game. And then within about 90 seconds, a 1-goal deficit became a 3-goal deficit for Vermont State Randolph. New keeper, you see him out there in the blue jersey for the Mustangs. Guelor Kozadi is going to come in. Kozadi, sorry. I have to say on here, Zadi. Z-A-H. Kozadi. So Guelor Kozadi coming in, the sophomore from Johannesburg, South Africa, making an appearance. He'll get the second half, replacing Cody Cleveland. Gabe Sokolnicki has been very, very good as the keeper for the Knights. He'll head back down at the end down to our left as we'll switch directions. Mustangs will start in possession with that 3-goal lead on the home whites with a red. They'll attack from right to left. Sokolnicki down the goal to our left. The Vermont State Randolph Knights wearing the black jerseys with the green letters and numbers. And they'll go from left to right across your screen. The win for the Mustangs does seal first place. They're 45 minutes away from that. It's one more match for them this year. It'll be on Thursday night right here at home, the season finale. York County Community College coming to visit. Women were scheduled to have their final home game today, so their home schedule is done. More road games, but nothing left here in the regular season as far as any kind of competition for the Mustangs women. So we're back underway. DiPilato, LeClaire, Waters and Masita. Now it's Waters here. Matthew Greco calling for the ball over here on the near side. Maybe he'll get it now as Waters has it again. And he'll send Greco. But slow down and wait for it a little bit. Forward to Cameron, who's already on 2 goals. Waters. Terrio played that back to Cameron again. Greco. Forward by Terrio. And out comes Sokolnicki to get there and arrive just before Greco does.
Good read once again there, so not letting those 2 late goals from the first half affect his performance. Getting right back into the thick of things.
Nothing you can fault him for in any of the goals. Headed over here. A good 2-handed save by Caleb Lamb. Blake Baker will take the throw in. That was Goes off of Waters. The throw in for the Knights again, and Baker stepping up to do the honors one more time. Teared off a pair of players. Last touch by Soto. Semple heads that down. Played into space. And the flag is up. Just a step offside, Mike Quinn.
Yeah, that pass took a half a second too long to come through there from Semple. Looked up and spotted him, had him onside, but had to make sure he got the feet sorted out to be able to curl that one through.
So a kick to the Knights after the offside. Braden Wright's going to take this. Wright playing that in the air. Soto. Dispossessed by Gibson, who came in. Barahona pops that high over to the far side. Cacciamani's over there. Murphy. Murphy's got to be careful here, so does Braden Wright. The Knights do well with that to escape. As Quinn was piling on the pressure, and that rolls in. No problem at all for Sokolnicki.
Quinn desperately trying to get back on the ball. Had a couple of good chances in that first half, but as you may recall, put both of his shots right down the middle at the keeper to knock away. But he got himself in the right spot to create two good chances, and would love to add another goal to his total on the season.
Waters spoons that ahead toward Quinn. Quinn's got some space, but he plays that behind the goal on a goal kick. Sokolnicki's today has been the kind of keeper that if he can get to it, he will, and he'll keep it out.
Chance for us to get to see Galor Kazadi on home field here. He's had a couple of good performances for the Mustangs this season, including that penalty kick save that he made and kept a clean sheet against Maine Maritime Academy, the NCAA Division III opponent. But I don't know that he's going to see much action in this second half with how the game's gone along so far.
Cleveland didn't see a whole lot. But the Knights did make a couple of counters, forays down to the front third. We talked about in the first half, possession is just so hard to come by against this Mustangs team. Terrio looking for Semple. Barahona has a man coming on. Greco closing down quickly. Played high over here, headed forward by Waters. That's a Mustang throw. Mitch Cameron. Greco just outside of the area. The flag is up.
High line from Vermont that has been very well executed. They've kept themselves even. They've caught the Mustangs offside now 4 times on the match.
Wind picking up again here in Auburn. It really is a spectacular fall day. Get a good look at some of the colors here and off the on the campus over the fence. Terrio. Waters attacking the left side again. Soto kept that alive. Or Greco, excuse me. Sita had to recover. He scuffed it, showed too much to Barahona. Maybe a chance now for Vermont Randolph. Gibson. Oh, nice play by DiPilato as that pass bound for Cacciamani. Wouldn't get there. Spinning ball. DiPilato couldn't catch up to that. It spun away. Leclerc chests that forward. Reagan, though, controls. Once again, it's Cacciamani. Calvin Cacciamani trying to reconnect with Reagan. That ball went sky high. Looked like it was going out, but the wind blew it right back onto the pitch. Crawford Stemple switching it to Jenkins. Jenkins played it back across. Potentially a chance here for Gibson. It's a corner.
Another nice foray there by Gibson to create something, but it's not going to be him who's going to step into this set piece.
It's Angel Barahona who's going to take the corner kick. Once he gets the shoelaces tied. Setting up right-footed. keep this away from Kazadi. Does get in, bouncing around the area. Randolph now in the area with a chance to set up. Waters does not allow that. Greco. Headed back into the middle towards Semple again. And 3 Knights alertly there, anticipating the play. Waters has company from Crawford Stemple. Matty Waters. Jenkins had it for a moment. Now it's Mitch Cameron. Flags up again. The 5th offside called against the Mustangs. Chested down by Colby Reagan. Doesn't have it long, though, as that's played into space. Quinn has some space, has men arriving. Semple's there. Greco's coming. Terrio now. Now, referee not impressed. It'll be a goal kick. Jacob Donald will come in now.
It's going to be Massimo Di
Pilato
Pilato
will come
comes
off.
off.
Yep. A little confusion as to who Donald was going to replace. Di Pilato will take the jog from across the field, and he'll get a rest.
I think Coach Dalton Wing was just a little bit concerned that he might have pulled something there on that far side after that initial little stumble like 5 minutes into the second half, but Massimo Di Pilato saying he was in fact all right.
Semple was in an offside position, came back, and that'll bring the free kick to the Knights once again. Knights, though, brought the ball up a little too far. That's why Mbula will take that back a little bit. Allow Sokolnicki to take the free kick. Jenkins. Oof. LeClaire, which is that LeClaire? I think it was.
That was
that.
LeClaire who
Yes.
went flying forward after it.
He's trying to lunge out to get the head on it. It just missed. It went over him by a foot or so.
Do like the Superman dive, though.
That was acrobatic, if not effective.
If you're going to commit to it, fully
commit.
commit.
That's right. Goal kick for Sokolnicki.
Cody Cleveland ladling out advice for the attacking midfielder Mitch Cameron from the bench.
Well, he gets to see the whole field all the time, the keeper. They didn't know. That's through.
I think Semple was surprised he was still onside there.
Yeah, he was expecting the flag to come up. I was just kind of watching him. He thought he might have been off. That's kept in. Play that outside again. Cameron. Back over here to Waters. Waters rolled that through. Greco.
Offside.
Flags up again. You mentioned that high line earlier in the contest right away. And said the good part about that for the Mustangs, you can get through that, maybe have a situation where you've got a breakaway on goal, but it's really giving them fits as far as trying to attack.
7 times now that the Knights have caught the Mustangs offside. Is this?
And 4 of them already here in the second half.
Yep.
Sokolnicki. Greco chested that out. It's a throw-in for the Knights.
And, of course, the Knights now have the disadvantage of kicking into the wind in this second half they'll have to be aware of, as you saw in that goal kick.
Soto played into space. Got fouled first, so a free kick for Central Maine. And it's back by the midfield stripe. Charlie LeClaire. Jacob Donald. Willow Kazadi now in goal. Cedar back to LeClaire again. Terrio. Down the touchline to Quinn. Quinn on the run. Cameron tried to play that through and played it to Semple, and there's the goal. A brace for Cameron and a brace for Semple now, and it's 4-0. This one's on the 57th minute. Daniel Semple with the second of the game, 13th of the season.
That's good, unselfish passing as well there. Set up by both Quinn and Cameron, who's just happy to play that second pass along and make sure there was absolutely no one in between the net and the player with the ball.
He might have scored from there, Cameron, but he knew if he could feed that through to Semple, it was automatic. Daniel Semple's not going to miss from that distance in an open net.
Makes amends for his missed penalty kick earlier on in the match. As you said, now 2 under his belt as well. He's on a hat trick.
That's taken by Henry Gibson. Sita. Mustangs trying to regain possession and settle things. And they'll do that. Donald. Donald's got some space here, so they invite him on.
Couldn't make up his mind about where he wanted to play it, and by the time I think he had set his sights, it was going to be offside, so good job there just to pull it back.
Greco a little too nonchalant receiving that. It's out of play. Cameron, blank pass with Waters. Waters into the area. Bounces back past Terrio. Too hot for him to handle. Play that out wide. Terrio with it again. Cameron fires and got too much underneath that. It's over for a goal kick.
Didn't really get a chance to turn and be able to step into that shot. Kind of had to hit it while he was leaning backwards and was always going to be rising off his right foot. But it's been good setups here as the Mustangs have created a lot more in the middle part of the field, in that area that's about 20 to 25 yards outside the goal. That's where you want to be setting up your chances to put your foot through the ball. They really kind of just had a lot of runs down the wings in that first half as the Knights did a good job of crowding the center of the pitch. But right now, you'd have to say the result of this one probably not in doubt, even with a half hour still to go. But this Mustangs team that still looking for what would be their best offensive display of the weekend.
A high bouncer. Matthew Soto calmly plays it out to Waters again. Greco. Barahona. Ref says play it. That's Gibson. Going to go outside. Gibson maybe the most dangerous scorer on this Knights team, but he's 1-on-3 right now, and he's not going to get away with the ball there.
Yeah, you can see Matty Waters in particular going to be very physical with number 21. Close him right up, take away the space, don't let him build a head of steam and have some open field to try and dink and juke his way into open area. Just immediately put him under pressure and force him to get rid of it.
Here's Quinn. Michael Quinn wants the shot. It rolls in on Sokolnicki. He'll play it easily. Long throw to Barahona. We got a little more quickly, but it died in that wind. Now the Mustangs to recover, regroup, and make the steal. Cameron played that through to Semple. Semple shot, Sokolnicki.
Good save on the other end by the keeper there to have to scoop that one up. That had decent pace on it. And
good pace and skipping across the turf.
You would not have faulted him at all if that had bobbled, but had it done so, Michael Quinn was 6 inches away to hammer home a rebound. So a good job to secure that ball tightly.
Gacciamani playing pretty good battle out there with Donald, rolled that on a goal.
Interesting as well, Rob, to see Donald out there on the right side, player who we saw mostly as a center back earlier this season. Obviously had to play there against NHTI as well, but playing today mostly on the right, is subbed out Massimo Di Pilato a couple of times and has done well getting a little bit further forward as the fullback position requires.
Greco, a nice ball into space for Cameron. Cameron across the face of goal. It pops high and into the netting. Paul Pearson back in the game. Ben Brown checking back in for Vermont State Randolph. Angel Barahona will. No, that was Jenkins was going to come off. It is. Jenkins will come off. Oh, wait, no, he won't. Jenkins is going to come up here. He'll switch positions. It's going to be Hambula who will come off. Will Jenkins is running over this way, but he'll stay on the field.
Boy, I tell you what, Rob, that wind knocking that ball a little bit further forward is probably the only reason that little looping shot didn't duck under the crossbar for a fifth one. That was a very audacious little flick with the outside of the boot and very nearly paid off.
Chance now and a shot. That was deflected on the way by Sokolnicki.
What a save with the right foot that was.
It was a foot he got that one. That was his hand. Wow, great save.
A little kick save and a beauty. That would not have gone amiss in 1980s NHL play there.
Terrio with the opportunity that time. Oh, great defensive play. That was Murphy who stole that from Cameron. Played into space. Reagan, though, closed out by LeClaire. Kazadi. Worked ahead to Yohan Terrio. Donald. Soto to Greco. Greco played that forward. Daniel Semple. Waters heading toward the goal. Matty Waters in. Chipped in front. And a goal. It was the hat-trick goal for Cameron. And that's the fifth. We'll see it here.
Nice setup there from Semple to Waters, and how about the ball across for Cameron, who could hardly miss from that position, but you still have to finish him off, and he's got himself yet another hat trick this season.
Yeah, the one touch into the back of the net. And 3 more for Cameron. End of the day as the leading scorer in the YSCC, tied for the lead with Ian Rathburn. He's got 3 more. Now coming in the 63rd minute. Here's Cameron at it again. Cameron working inside into the area. Trying to feed that in front. Sokolnicki squelches it.
Trying to return the favor there for Dan Semple, who's also looking for his hat trick goal. And Semple picking up what will go down as a secondary assist on that little pass to Waters, who then dinked it across. And Cameron just about slid it onto the 6-yard box for Semple to hammer home from a similar position.
Great challenge by Terrio to set up Greco here. Cameron going to goal. Semple's there as well. Good shot. Oh, perfect.
Oh.
Matthew Greco. There's the highlight goal of the game so far. Just a perfect shot into the top corner.
My goodness, what a bullet that was. Unstoppable.
And no one's keeping that out. We'll see that goal again.
Very pretty goal, just bending that one in towards the upper corner. And Sokolnicki, who got a good beat on it as well and wasn't far away at full stretch, but boy, are those tough to catch up to when they're that well placed.
Now, Sokolnicki played that perfectly, really. I mean, he went over. The shot was just out of his reach.
Nothing could do about it.
No. Tremendous goal by Greco, 8th of the season. Here's Greco, just got that goal, taking the ball right back. Cameron. Greco. Shoved off the ball by Mbula. That's out in a touch for a goal kick. Yeah, it's a goal kick.
And that will lead to a lot more exercise going on behind the bench area for this Mustangs team. Substitutes up and at 'em as they get themselves limbered up on what is starting to cool off as a bit of a chillier day. I expect we'll see a host of Mustangs changes in the last 25 minutes.
I would think that's likely to be the case. Cacciamani had it for a moment. Passed that off. Person. Roll that out to Terrio. There's Cameron. Waters calling. No way to make that pass. Terrio. Oh, plenty of space for Greco. Greco Into the area and on goal. Great save by Sokolnicki. He has been outstanding in those point-blank shots.
Another one that makes him look like a stand-up goaltender in ice hockey from the late 80s, early 90s. Just held his ground, took down the angle, threw out the blocker, got a little piece of it to knock it away. But Greco, how about the nice dinking move to get inside? And here he comes again.
Greco put it in front. Terrio wanted to try his luck. Cameron has it and scores. As the game's gone on longer, you can tell chasing the game means you're chasing the ball, and that's just going to wear those legs down. And Vermont State Randolph, he's got to be tired out there.
Sokolnicki frustrated with his team, just no one marking, no one taking away anybody in the dangerous area.
So 4 goals already here in the second half. That made the 7-0. Yeah, there'll be a lot of subs about to come in.
Dalton Wing right now just running through exactly what position everybody's going to be playing when they go out and what their roles are going to be. And that almost makes things more difficult for Vermont State University Randolph, because right now the game's all but decided. You've got tired legs. They're on a back-to-back this weekend. But now you're about to see substitutes come in who are also trying to make their case that they should get more time and perhaps win a starting job away from somebody else. So they're going to be hungry to produce and not just be out there to eat up the last 25 minutes, but also to try and get themselves on the score sheet.
Stefan Samba, Harrison Garcia making their way over. Angelo Delvecchio Arias, Isaac Burrow. Sam Boynton will be back in the game.
Fozzard Oaks as well.
He'll be Fozzard Oaks. Pretty much everyone's about to come off.
That is literally every healthy body on the bench right now who's about to come into this game. Oh. No, not you, Samba.
A yellow card assessed. The tackle from behind.
Sir, what number was that yellow one?
That went to Paul Person, number 11. So Paul Person gets the yellow card. In the 66th minute. Ontario is likely, I would say certainly, about to take this opportunity. Great position, about 25 yards away.
Well, I think he realizes this is about to be his last kick of the match before he comes out, so might as well try and get the hat trick right here if you can.
Go with a flourish, perhaps.
Oh, no, sorry, I thought Semple was going to be, now it's Terrio standing over it. All right. That makes more sense.
Sokolnicki in the wall in place. Terrio is ready. And the shot, one hopper, no problem for Sokolnicki. Masita again from Waters. Donald. LeClaire. Head toward Quinn. Quinn still. Waters arriving. Going to play that down the touchline. Stopped in the edge of the area.
Guys, take a knee for us.
Just play right back up here. Here's Soto again in some space. Terrio. Greco. Waters. Quinn's limping a little bit. Grabbing that right ankle over on the touchline. Terrio.
Should this play this ball out of bounds here and let Michael Quinn get subbed off.
That's the instructions now coming from the bench. That's what they'll do. And Quinn can come off. Just for the injury sub is a word from the referee. So Quinn can get subbed out. So that'll be Fozzard Oaks as the One who can come in as he'll replace the injured Michael Quinn. I think the Mustangs could have made a change there too. I think Caden Carfin Stemple just came off.
He did, but I think arrived a little bit late. Now we'll see it.
No matter, he'll come in now. So wholesale changes. Tatala, Delvecchio Arias, Garcia and Bro coming in. Fozzard Oaks, Samba, Sam Boynton. Isaac Bro will make the throw. Garcia back to Bro. Bro's got company. That's Colby Regan there, making a nuisance of himself. He and Henry Gibson. Gibson with it here. Plays it back to right. Good tackle made by Bro. No. The tackle was okay. I think just going to check and make sure that Henry Gibson didn't hit his head. That was the referee came over for, as Gibson did land heavily. So no penalty, just to make sure that Gibson's okay. And he is. It was a smart decision by the referee to make that check. Samba. Hatala. Garcia making the run. Harrison Garcia, he's got a man with him in Boynton. Sam Boynton won't get there. It's cut out and played away by Mbula. Throwing back to Drew Hatala. Samba. Garcia dispossessed. Mbula made a good defensive play, but he's having all he can handle with Drew Hatala. Mbula gets away. Gibson. Not much room over there for Gibson to work. It was stolen by Garcia. Harrison Garcia. Boynton. Just outside of the area. Garcia arriving. Samba takes the shot. And a one-hopper corralled by Sokolnicki once again. Very sure-handed. Doesn't spill it, doesn't bobble it. Doesn't allow any second chance. That bounced up on Samba. It's a handball.
You can hear some of the frustration in the voice of Sokolnicki as those last two goals went in relatively unmarked in the box, and then his defense not exactly putting a wall together very quickly on that free kick by Johan Terrio. That's the type of thing that's going to happen as this Vermont team just trying to get through this tough weekend fall trip to Maine. But you want to finish out the game on a strong note. You don't want this score to balloon to double digits. Got to find a way to wake your team up, get them fired back up and into the contest.
Randolph still putting in the effort out there despite some obviously tired legs. They've got another 19 minutes to go. Will Jenkins. Gibson. Gibson maneuvering. But forced back. Murphy headed forward. Good work by Michael Murphy. But his pass intercepted by Garcia. Trying to play that long for Boynton, who would have been onside as he was on his side of the half-field stripe, midfield stripe.
Can certainly understand the desire to want to do that, but then you could hear Dalton Wing, his head coach, saying, keep possession here. We don't need to rush it forward for no reason. Keep the ball as much as you can here.
Mbula will take the free kick after the foul. Floated high to the edge of the area. Headed back to Boynton. Sam Boynton settles, looks for possession. Burrow has it now. Played toward Garcia again. It was marked well, as that'll come over here. and hit off the top of the 10. I was going to make sure that didn't go underneath and take out our cameras and monitors.
It was nearly perfectly well aimed as well there.
Having to make a save this year. You got one earlier today. Almost had my turn.
Would have given me the opportunity to grade the technique. Did we get both hands behind? You get the triangle with the thumbs? Good
punch,
secure.
I would have punched that away.
That would have been even more spectacular.
Drew Hatala. Another well-defended play by Mbula.
Sokolnicki as well had to come out there to clean up the danger after the loose ball deflected away. Good slide onto it.
There is some very solid defensive plays today by the Knights, as that's a miscue.
That one looked more like a rock coming out of a trebuchet at a low angle there, right into the back of the skull of Sam Boynton, who I think would not have been as unhappy about it had it deflected into the back of the net.
If it goes in and he gets a goal, he could tell it's an end. He could claim it's an end-to-end rush. Well, he could if there wasn't video of it.
You'd have to give it a couple of years.
You could fact check that.
Things you can do with AI nowadays. I'm sure he'd have been able to come up with.
DiPilato worked that out. Masita. Angelo Del Vecchio Arias. A throw in for the Knights. That'll get Caden Crawford-Stemple back in. Crawford-Stemple will take Paul Pearson off.
Hey, Benji! That's ridiculous, bro. You quit on the team? You quit on us? That's real. Keep playing, Will.
That's a throw in for the Mustangs this time. In the 74th minute, about to be 75. Sam Boynton showed a little too much to right. Both Wright and Mbula have made some very strong defensive plays. As the wind picks up a little more here in Auburn. But no complaints about the weather by and large this season. We had that monsoon that night, although you were here, Caleb. We did not broadcast that game, but for the most part, we had summer conditions well into the late season.
Yeah, that game is the wettest I've ever been while watching a soccer game, and I had a roof over my head.
Gibson intercepts. Played forward toward Reagan. First one there, though, was Masita. Arias. Play that into space. Did have Fozzard Oaks arriving there. That's out for a throw. Fozzard Oaks will take it. Trying to set up Boynton inside the area. It was played away by Murphy. Murphy's been involved in a number of stops, too. In fact, he had that save off the line that prevented a goal in the first half. Samba. Bro. Showed too much to Jenkins. Jenkins rolled it back in his direction. Played it to Colby Reagan. Reagan, a spinning ball, had some trouble with that. That allowed Hatala to take over. Samba. DiPilato. Don't usually see him in the middle, but that's where he is now for the latter stages of this game. DiPilato. Garcia. DiPilato recovering. Trying to free himself up for an opportunity here. But he runs out of room there on the goal line. It's a goal kick for the Knights. Gabe Sokolnicki will take the goal kick. Sokolnicki taking his time, allowing his team to get a little bit of a breather. Fozzard Oaks playing that ahead. Here's an opportunity, and another tremendous save by Sokolnicki. Boy, has he got some guts.
Well, he has made quite a good number of saves so far today. That one was more like just being the man in front of a rocket of a shot from Drew Atala.
He knew that cannon was coming and just got in the way.
Did what he had to do, which was get big and take the hit up towards the head as well.
That was played well by Jenkins that time to just shield enough to allow that ball to roll in on Sokolnicki and make sure Sam Boynton didn't get a sniff.
Yeah, it might be 7 goals in the back of the net, but that's now 15 saves for Sokolnicki today.
He has had a very strong day despite the scoreline. See to Samba. He's got Jenkins watching him. Played forward, Albie Fawcett Oaks, but he's offside.
Just leaning the wrong side of the last defender there.
Assistant referee, the linesman, right on perfect angle to see it.
Well, an interesting approach here to how they've had this substitution group play out here. I like the looks of that midfield trio with Samba playing the deeper lying box-to-box midfield role. You got Hatalo in there as well as Del Vecchio Arias. Just trying to find something to link together and having the speed of Sam Boynton over the top. It hasn't really come off yet in about the 9 minutes or so since coming on, but they have had a couple opportunities and seem to be growing into the game as it goes along.
Hatalo with a chance to boot it away. Or throw it. Or roll it, as the case may be. Cedar was the easiest play and maintained possession. Fawcett Oaks now is headed away. Michael Murphy again.
Oh, beautiful ball from Donald.
Sure was. And an even better stop from Braden Wright. And the Mustangs back in possession. Del Vecchio Arias. Samba. Stephen Samba. Making the run himself, tried to play to Boynton. Hatala. Fawcett Oaks played that off a defender. Kachimani. Switching the field to Jenkins. Will Jenkins contending with Stephen Samba. Bro, nice play. Garcia. Jenkins bearing down. And Jenkins wins the throw.
That's Bro also doing a nice job here. He's kind of deputizing in that left back spot for the man who is a forward by trade, but he's very calm and cool on the ball, so kind of giving that chance to play almost a deeper lying winger. He's making the most of it here.
Gazzotti. It'll be Reagan hoping for a mistake. Samba. Atala turning, trying to set up Harrison Garcia. Boynton going to goal, it won't get there. Cleared out. Bula again.
That's a fantastic service, though, into the box from the left side by Harrison Garcia. Beautifully taken. You just want to clip that one low. You force absolutely the only play to make is to hammer that one away for a corner kick, and if that one squeezes through, it's an easy tap in at the back post.
Drew Atala taking the corner for the Mustangs in the 81st minute. Atala's delivery. Claimed by Sokolnicki again, rising above everybody. Clear that out quickly.
That's Modi Pilato and Fawcett Oaks in the area. Samba's going to be called for the foul there. Didn't do much more than go shoulder to shoulder, but
going to bolt over Henry Gilpson a little bit.
I was going to say, and he's a decently tough guy to knock off his feet, so I think the referee's seeing there was too much force in that shoulder barge.
Henry doesn't go down easily. Hard to get the ball back in play the way the Mustangs defend. That's taken by Fawcett Oaks. That'll be Fawcett Oaks. Murphy stopped him and wins possession.
I think they're going to say that ball had come all the way across the line before the defender got a play to it.
Cacciamani. Shielded out for the goal kick.
Boy, is that going to be a tough body frame to try to get around when they're shielding the ball out over the end line, trying to get some kind of a touch. 6'4", long legs, pretty sturdy on the ball, Mitchell Masita, and Cacciamani frustratingly just gives him a little shove in the back afterwards, saying, that was no fun at all.
Samba. A little too far for Hatala, but he recovered. That was played too far for Fawcett Oaks, and he couldn't. Colby Reagan. Trying to play that back up to Cacciamani. Cacciamani battling. And rolls out for a goal kick. DiPilato just acting as a wall.
Like some of the substitution choices here by Dalton Wing, he's obviously left 2 starters on the field in Masita and DiPilato, but Masita probably the least experience of anybody in the starting 11 right now, and DiPilato moving him into that center back position, a spot that, who knows, may have to play at some point if ever the center back woes come up. Mustangs, of course, had that against NHTI. An injured Alfie Bashford, the captain, who's usually the rock at the back, and then had the red cards for both Charlie Leclerc and for Mitchell Masita after the SMCC game.
Nice ball into space. Donnell's on this. Jacob Donnell, too much air, and it's out for a goal kick. Now, you mentioned the least experienced player out there, Mitchell Masita, but you wouldn't know to look at him. Not anymore, not at this stage. A little growing pains early, but man, is he growing right into that position.
Absolutely. Such an important position it is.
And he got the endorsement of the man he's replaced, too, through injury, Alfie Bashford. Alfie really has talked up Mitchell very highly in the job that Mitchell's done, deputizing for him. Played ahead, Hatala. Toward Garcia again. Harrison Garcia. On a solid piece of defense, that time by Braden Wright. Gibson ahead toward Jenkins. It was kicked away. Samba. Gibson chasing him. Samba weaves through 2 defenders. Couldn't get through the third, though, as Wright got there. Was helped up by Mbula. Floater in on goal from Garcia. No problems to Sokolnicki.
Came down right on top of the head of Delvecchio Arias there. Good to see is no worse for wear.
Yeah, right at the top of the dome, and the bench let him hear about it a little bit as that got some laughter. Again, with a wind right now, it's hard to time those headers.
You always want your team to get the first touch out of the air. Don't let it hit the ground, but maybe not at that cost.
That does not feel pleasant when it lands directly on top of the head. Substitute coming inside, Dahir.
This, though, for an offside, he's going to have to wait to be able to check into the game.
Yep, next throw-in. Dahir, a rookie from Shelburne, Vermont. Guess that would mean Champlain Valley Union High School. CVU. Oh, I forget. It was the Crusaders back in the day when I was there. I forget what it is now. Stefan Samba. That CVU soccer program has put some very good teams together in Chittenden County.
Like hearing you just show off the soccer knowledge around New England, even for the opposing teams. Substitutes about to come in here, Rob. Well done.
I followed Vermont soccer for quite some time, living up there and teaching up there.
Good work.
Spent 1 year teaching at CVU. That's why I know a little bit about that program.
Okay, all right.
They've got a good one, South Burlington. Of course, the Seahorses we talked about at the beginning have had some excellent teams both on the men's and women's side. Get down to Southern Vermont, I'm not quite so well versed.
Looks like Dahir is going to be replacing Cacciamani out on that left wing for the last couple of minutes here.
Cacciamani has run himself ragged. He has been all up and down that touchline. Good aggressive play there by Colby Reagan. DiPilato rises high to head it. Reagan again, claiming the ball. Gibson working forward, couldn't get past DiPilato. Hatala. Isaac Bro. Still with it. Rolled forward for Garcia. And sliding challenge by Wright knocks that out into touch. But to go in a minute 88 to the 90. Trying to set up an interview.
Yeah, I think we'll have to determine who we want to do for player of the game at the end of this one. There's going to be a couple of choices.
My vote's going, I know Mitch Cameron's got 3, but the goal Matty Greco scored is...
Boy, was that a pretty one.
Is one that I would say right there is enough to get him the honor. Cameron, I think, has had the player of the game on a couple of occasions.
Times.
Oh, great play. That was Bro who just nutmegged his man, and then Jenkins battling hard as he has all 90. Buzzard Oaks. Played away from him by Mbula. And off Mbula, still with it. Buzzard Oaks trying to reclaim. Albie had good body position to do so. Now we Buzzard Oaks trying to roll that forward to Boynton. Donald. Donald down the touchline. Skittering past the defender. And Brown still out there challenging. Samba. Stefan Samba still on the run. Jacob shielded out away for a moment. Now it's Boynton in the edge of the area, playing it back. DiPilato. Delvecchio Arias. Donald will roll that back. DiPilato and Masita, the central defense. Isaac Bro. Garcia. And then with two different nights, that was blocked by Jenkins. And a foul called against the Mustangs. They'll rotate into the last minute. Whoops. Played over here. Samba with 45 ticks of the clock remaining. Samba tried to use the acrobatic move to go over the top of the defender, Caden Crawford-Stemple. Oh, oof, the wind is picked up as hard as it's been today. Tents moved.
Even the weight's on the bottom there, not fully keeping that thing anchored.
They're not helping. Now we Buzzard Oaks. Buzzard Oaks. That's headed out for a late corner. Buzzard Oaks has about 11 seconds to work this, and he works it short. Atala on Buzzard Oaks. Buzzard Oaks, one last gasp. Atala will try, right at Sokolnicki, and that'll do it. So a 7-0 scoreline today, 3 in the first, 4 in the second. A hat trick from Mitch Cameron, a brace from Daniel Semple, Matthew Greco. And who'd I miss? Cameron with 3, Semple with 2, and Greco. Cameron's got 4, that's why.
That's correct.
Cameron's got 4. So with 4 goals, that's what it is. So there's your scorers today. We'll take a break, come back for the Edge Nutrition post-game show and our player of the game right after this on Munzing Media.
Our goal in public service is to improve the quality of life in communities. This is the Public Service and Social Sciences Department. We originally started with criminal justice, and then we added more programming.
I'm in the forensic science program.
I want to become a state fire investigator.
State trooper.
I want to be a game warden.
Forensic psychologist.
Behavioral health professional.
CM offers a lot more hands-on learning than most places.
The only way to give them that experience is to do that through immersive scenario training.
You actually dust for fingerprints.
Learning how to go through, take pictures, what to look for.
We are the only college in the state of Maine that offers a third-year advanced certificate in police operations.
It is a great way of excelling your career and jump-starting you onto that path.
The Public Service Simulation Center allows us to fully implement an immersive training environment.
Can I see your other pen?
You just don't want to get boxed in. And
We teach de-escalation and empathetic communication to better address community needs.
The instructors are awesome.
They really care about our education.
We have people that teach who have been members or are actively members of these industries. This is a one-of-a-kind program.
It's prepared me to have a step up in my professional career.
Here at the school, they're really invested in our education.
It's a nice environment.
NCAA provides our program exactly what they say, a chance for small colleges to compete. It's leveling the playing field for everybody. a great opportunity. Just the fellowship amongst athletes, get a chance to play against some different teams that typically don't get a chance to play against from different regions, different parts of the country. This kind of gives you an opportunity to kind of see where you're really at against everybody. Really good. Like I said, just a great environment, well-ran tournament. It's a pleasure to be part of organizations like USCA.
Back here to wrap things up on our post-game show here. Our Edge Nutrition player of the game goes to Mitch Cameron with his 4 goals, but the captain doing what captains do, which is delegate duties. And he sends his runner-up, the man who had 2 goals today, for the post-game interview. Dan Semple, very nice job out there, 1 in either half. And I think especially towards the end of that first half is really where you guys put this one away. Those 2 goals in quick succession. But Vermont gave you guys a bit of a challenge here, especially with how high I think their defensive back line was for most of the game.
Yeah, I feel like being only 3-0 up at half-time isn't the best way to go against one of these teams, but we went in at half-time, we talked, we came to a conclusion that we just need to relax. Sometimes when you play against these teams, you try and force it too much. Everyone wants to score, everyone wants to get pretty goals, but we went in and we thought, let's just relax, let's do what we know best, and got us the 7-0 win.
We saw how many chances you guys were creating there as well. Almost seemed like you were just about 6 inches too wide of that right-hand post about 3 or 4 times in that first half. You had the penalty kick that glanced off the post, but saw how you guys approached that second half, settled back into it, and it seemed like you guys moved the ball very well. You got on the end of one right in the center of the box there, were able to feed the ball around a couple of times, find different players. Matty Waters setting up Mitch Cameron a couple of times, Matthew Greco getting on the score sheet. That seems to be where the strength for you guys lies, that no one's really that overly concerned with who gets the credit at the end of the game, as long as the move that leads up to the goal is a pretty one.
Yeah, 100%. I'm frustrated at myself for missing so many chances, but then at the end of the day, it's not all about me. Plenty of lads, Mitch is so capable of scoring so many goals. You've seen Matthew's finish. It was, out of this world. Good for his family to be here and see that. But, as a striker, I do want to score goals, but at the end of the day, a 7-0 win's better than a 1-0 win and 1 goal.
And a good one for you guys in what has been a long stretch here. 3 games in 4 days is a lot for any team, regardless of who you're playing. 2 of those on the road, so bouncing back and forth between New Hampshire, Massachusetts, and Maine over the stretch. You guys still unbeaten on the season, but now we're coming down to where things are going to matter the most with the postseason on the horizon. A couple more matches this week, and then it's time to get the head down and focus on those results. What's the view of the team so far from your standpoint, Dan, with how you guys have been playing so far through about a month and a half?
I'm buzzing. Obviously, I've not been here a long time, but I can really see there's a massive load of talent in this team. I feel like we do fall into complacency quite a lot. We go into games, we think, it's going to be an easy day, but, we shouldn't go into any game like that. Because you play against a team like this, and you think, another day, walk in the park, and then you go up against like an SM, like a Northern Essex, and you sort of get a reality check of what, teams are like. Going into nationals, you can't go in with the mindset that you're going to beat everyone. It's 11 people versus 11 people at the end of the day. Everyone's got something to win, so yeah, it's going to be a good end of the season.
And there's always those moments where a team can bite you on the counterattack, things like that, and surprise you with a goal. But another good day at the end of the match here, finish things off. A 7-0 win. That's going to wrap things up for us. For Dan Semple, our post-game interview, thank you very much.
Cheers.
And, of course, Rob Kennedy, our producer, Rob Munzing. I'm Caleb Lamb saying so long. We'll see you back here next week for York County for the men's soccer senior day game and regular season finale.